All right. Okay, so I'm gonna play the video and I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm gonna narrate it. Okay.
Oh shit, I'm in the wrong exit.
All right. Laha, you ready? Okay.
Yeah.
So it shows that Mustafa is cleaning the inside of his vehicle. Okay. So he's on the passenger side. He's cleaning the inside of the vehicle. Now they're going to Dorothy, his girlfriend's funeral. Okay, like it's her
Mother's
mom's
anniversary.
her mom's
Yeah.
anniversary. She's laying flower on the grave. Okay, and
Uh-huh.
Mustafa. So Dorothy, the home videos showed that Dorothy's inside getting ready with Empress, 5-year-old Empress, and Mustafa's outside. He's cleaning the vehicle. He's cleaning the vehicle for who? He's cleaning the vehicle for Dorothy and Empress. Okay, he's taking his girlfriend to the graveyard to her mom's anniversary. She's laying flower on her mom's grave. Okay, so it's a very emotional day for his girlfriend. Okay, and Mustafa is cleaning the inside of his vehicle. It shows that now he's going over to the driver's side. He's cleaning his seat. Um, and a little bit, he's going to be cleaning Dorothy's seat, and then he's cleaning the back of his seat. He's perfuming the inside of the vehicle. He's cleaning the seats. Okay, he's doing it for what? His family. He's doing it to clean the vehicle. He's cleaning the vehicle for his girlfriend and Empress, and the 5-year-old Empress. Okay, so right now it shows that Mustafa goes to the passenger seat. He takes out a piece of napkin or a cloth, and he's cleaning the outside of his vehicle. And that's Mustafa. Mustafa is really clean. Okay, even when he sits in my truck, he would just start cleaning my truck. Um, and I remember when he sits in my truck, I was overseas for a long time, so I have these really bad habits that I can't get rid of. Like I will be sitting in my truck, and when I'm stressed out about work or like my operation, like my employees, I'm sitting in my work truck. Mustafa would be sitting next to me, and I would be ashing. I wouldn't be ashing in the ashing tray. I would be ashing in the vehicle. Like I would just, and Mustafa's like, "This is your vehicle. You have to take care of it." So Mustafa would take my vehicle and start cleaning my vehicle. So that's Mustafa. He's really clean. Okay. Okay. So right now it shows that Mustafa is cleaning the inside of the vehicle. And then he
Yeah.
goes over to Dorsey's side. He's cleaning her seat. He takes out a napkin or a cloth, and he's cleaning the outside of the car. He takes care of his
Yeah.
car. Okay. And that's what the video shows. It's, while Dorsey is getting ready, the home video shows Dorsey getting ready, her and Empress, 5-year-old Empress, and Mustafa outside. He's cleaning the seat. Look, he's cleaning the inside of the vehicle. Now this right here shows that that Dorothy is the one that buckled the baby in. Now the news,
Exactly.
the investigator told the news that
That Mustafa was the one that
buckled the baby in. That 5-year-old Empress is improperly restrained, insinuating that Mustafa is the one that didn't buckled the baby in. But the home videos, the dash camera show that Dorothy buckles the baby in. Okay, Dorothy, his girlfriend, buckled 5-year-old Empress in, and the police department has a dash camera, but they went on national television and lied to the community, to the news, to the community that Mustafa improperly buckled 5-year-old Empress. Dorothy walks in and gets in the vehicle after she buckles Empress. She has flowers in her hands. They're going to her mom's anniversary. She's laying flower on her grave. It's a very emotional day for her. So in the back you see the giant boombox. It's playing. Okay, they're listening to music. So this giant boombox, when it's going around like this is unique to that boombox, that it's loud. The faster it goes, the louder it is. Okay, so how could they be arguing if they're listening to music? Okay, and it shows there is no argument. There is no argument. You can look at the dash camera and you can see they're not arguing. Mustafa is not zigzagging through vehicles. He's driving normal. He's not erratic. He's driving normal. Okay, he's driving normal. The computer inside the vehicle shows Mustafa is going speed limit. Speed limit is 50. He's going speed limit. The dash camera shows that he's not zigzagging through a vehicle. And you can look at the dash camera. Okay? Mm-hmm. They pull into 7-Eleven. Okay? Mustafa goes into 7-Eleven. And then you can see Dorothy. Okay? You can see Empress. Okay? Mustafa goes, there's nothing in that vehicle that shows that Mustafa is arguing with Dorothy. There is no argument. Okay? So this investigator, he said, Mustafa stated, you see that police report where he falsified it? He said the argument inside the vehicle, Mustafa stated he was really angry inside the vehicle at Dorothy. The argument inside the vehicle, Mustafa stated he was really upset at the time. Mustafa never said that. Now the police reporter admitted. They sent us a letter. Chief Newsham sent us a letter telling us that they did an internal investigation, and then investigator Robert Drum, they found out that he falsified Mustafa's police report. The Commonwealth Attorney tells the news, NBC4, she issues out a statement that we were aware of the falsifications on that police report since day one. Well, ma'am, if you were aware, why did you lie to the court and to the judge in August during Mustafa's bond hearing? And you told the judge directly, you read from verbatim from the investigator Robert Drum police report. She said, prosecutor Sarah Sammy told the judge during the bond hearing, Mustafa stated, she read it verbatim from the police report, Mustafa stated, I was arguing with Dorothy inside the vehicle, the argument inside the vehicle. Mustafa stated he was really upset at the time. And she told the judge, Mustafa said, I know what happened. Mustafa never said I was arguing inside the vehicle. Mustafa never said I was angry at Dorothy inside the vehicle. Mustafa never said I know what happened. Mustafa said I don't know what happened. I hit the brake. The vehicle loses control. There is no brake. The vehicle doesn't stop. A vehicle cut me off. I end up in oncoming traffic and I see white light. That's what he told the investigator. But Sarah Sammy tells the judge that Mustafa stated I was arguing inside the vehicle. Now, when Amy Ashworth comes down on the news, NBC4, and she issues a statement, and she said, we were aware of the falsification since day one. Okay? Ma'am, that's not what you told the judge. You told the judge, you read verbatim Mustafa stated. What the investigator said, you told the judge verbatim, Mustafa stated, I was arguing inside the vehicle. I was angry at Dorothy inside the vehicle. I know what happened. You lied to the court. Okay? And we have records. We have evidence that you did that. And you're going to go to jail for a long time, man. Everything is coming to light. The police department says it's a minor administrative error. Well, Prince William County Police Department, Chief Peter Newsham, what is minor about investigator Robert Drum falsifying my brother's statement on a police report? The foundation of the case is that you're telling the community that Mustafa stated I was arguing inside the vehicle. I was angry inside the vehicle. I know what happened. Okay? This is the foundation of your case. And this, after you do an internal investigation, you tell me that investigator Robert Drum lying and falsifying Mustafa's statement on the police report, you're telling me that this is a minor administrative error? No, sir. The community is not okay with it. We have the evidence. And Mustafa has a lawyer. And the community is not okay with this police department covering up for investigator Robert Drum. And it's all coming to light. In the dash camera, this whole entire time that I was talking about this, in the dash camera, it shows that Mustafa is inside 7-Eleven. He's buying cigarette. He's pumping gas. He's buying Empress a piece of candy. When he comes back into the vehicle, he gives Empress a piece of candy. That's the relationship he has with Empress. Okay? It's the father-daughter relationship. Mustafa adopted these kids. He loved Dorothy and he loved those kids. He adopted these kids like they were his own kids. And there are home videos that shows the relationship that Mustafa has with the kids, with his girlfriend, that shows how much Mustafa loves his family. And after a year, we were able to hire a lawyer that's honest enough to introduce this to court. Okay, it took us a year. Casey Stevens suppressed the evidence. Casey Stevens is the lawyer that we fired, that we found to have a relationship. If you look up Casey Stevens, you're gonna find that he has a relationship with the investigator that falsified my brother police report, with the investigator Robert Drum. In 2016, okay, 2016, if you look up Casey Stevens, okay, look, you find that in
a 2-minute video, right?
Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm just telling you so that way you know. In 2016, if you look up Casey Stevens, you find that Casey Stevens, the attorney that we hired, and we gave him $50,000. He got in a vehicle accident, a DUI, and fled the scene, and he only got 90 days suspended. 90 days suspended.
Because Robert
90
told
days suspended. Okay, 90 days suspended. Okay, and the officer that was on scene is investigator Robert Drum, the same one that falsified my brother police report. How is that not a conflict of interest? And now everything makes sense why he's suppressing, why this lawyer was suppressing the evidence, the audio to the conversation where the police report was falsified, the home videos that shows how much my brother loves his family. In court, he suppressed it. He never talked about it. He never pushed back on prosecutor Sarah Sammy, anything that she said, because he's protecting this police officer, and there's a relationship. This is a conflict of interest.
That's conflict of interest right there.
Casey Stevens is going to go to jail for a long time. He's going to lose his bar license. He's going to go to jail. He assaulted my mom in court. He assaulted my mother in court. Okay? In court. He told my mom and my brother, "You people," and then turned around and assaulted my mom. He fractured her finger. He fractured my mother's finger. Okay? And my mom is going to treatment for her fractured finger. My mother can't pick up my niece because Casey Stevens fractured her finger. And we have an open lawsuit against Casey Stevens. And my mom is going to treatment for her fractured finger. And I promise you, this lawyer is going to be held accountable by law. The sheriff refused to criminally charge him. And we have to go to the magistrate. They see the video. Officer Peacemaker, I have the video. I'm going to upload it to TikTok. Officer Peacemaker refused to criminally charge Casey Stevens when she sees him clearly on video assaulting my mother. This is no longer just an assault. This is a hate crime. It's a hate crime. When you tell somebody, "You people, my mother is Muslim. We're Muslim. My mother is Muslim. She wears a scarf," and he tells her, "You people," and then he turns around and assaults my mom. Okay? This is a hate crime, and he's going to be held accountable by law. And going back to the dash camera, you see that Mustafa is inside the gas station. He's putting gas. He's buying a cigarette. And then when he comes back, let me go to that part. Okay. When he comes back, you can clearly see that he had bought Empress a piece of candy. And he gives her a piece of candy. And this is the kind, you can see the dynamic, the relationship that he has with Empress. Okay. It's a father-daughter relationship. He buys her a piece of candy. And then in the dash camera, at one point you see that he's trying to connect his cell phone. And then he tells Empress to press the button on the giant speaker in the background. She reaches back and she presses the button for him. Now, Empress is 5 years old. If Mustafa was arguing with Dorothy, Empress would have picked up on it. Okay? She wouldn't have pressed the button for him. She wouldn't have taken that candy from him.
Right.
Okay? She would have picked up on Mustafa arguing with Dorothy. There is no argument inside the vehicle. Okay? You can see that Mustafa is washing the outside of the car. Okay? The music is playing in the background.
They're smoking a cigarette.
Okay? Now, if
passing it back and forth to each
passing it back and forth, Dorothy would light a cigarette and then would pass it to Mustafa. Now, if they were arguing, okay, like, tell me, which argument, at what point do you argue with someone and then you smoke a cigarette and then you pass it on to your partner? Okay? It clearly shows there is no argument. You know, Officer Investigator Drum told the lawyer that we fired, Casey Stevens. I have a recording of this, by the way. I have a recording where he told Casey Stevens that I have the audio to the dash camera. I have a recording of this. Okay? Casey Stevens told us that Investigator Robert Drum told him that I have the audio to the dash camera. Casey Stevens, sir, you're going to be subpoenaed to court. You're going to be subpoenaed to court because you told us that Investigator Robert Drum told you told you that he has the audio to the dash camera. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna play the audio. I'm gonna play the audio.
Are you on a podcast? Because you know I'm not gonna remember.
No, you're good. I'm recording this, by the way. I'm recording this. I'm gonna upload it. Look. Listen.
Yes. As you know, I haven't. Thank you. I haven't seen the dash cam, right? So I got Drum there, and he's the one that.
Now this is we paid Casey Stevens, the lawyer that we fired, $5,000 to do an accident reconstruction. So he sends a company to reconstruct the accident and inspect the vehicle. Now the technician is there, Robert Drum is there, the chief of police is there, and Casey Stevens is there. Okay, and they're inspecting the vehicle, and they find, by the way, the police department already found that the vehicle caliper, the brakes didn't work. Mustafa's computer inside the vehicle says that Mustafa's foot was on the brake the whole time. This is all in the discovery. And later, Casey Stevens calls us after they reconstruct the accident. We found out, by the way, he sends us pictures. They had crushed and staged the vehicle. The pictures at the scene, we have pictures at the scene, and we have pictures of the vehicle inside the police department while they were inspecting the vehicle, doing an accident reconstructions. The police department had crushed and staged the vehicle to make it look like it's a head-on collision. The insurance company found out that this was not a head-on collision, like investigator Robert Drum claimed. This was a T-bone collision. On dash camera shows my brother avoided the first vehicle, avoided the second vehicle. He hit the brake, there's no brake. A vehicle cuts him off. On the dash camera, you can see a vehicle cuts him off. He takes a lane. So Fortuna Drive is very unique. It's a confusing road. There's a U-turn lane that looks like a lane, but it's a U-turn lane. Okay, it's just a U-turn lane. It's a 50-mile road. You go 50 miles. The speed limit is 50, and all of a sudden, a small road would turn into a U-turn lane. It looks like a regular lane. Okay, so 5 o'clock, Mustafa is driving. There's sun glare that comes into the vehicle. You can clearly see in the dash camera that Mustafa couldn't see anything anymore. Like there is a sun glare. 5 o'clock, Fortuna Drive has that angle. Like if you're driving, it's like 5 o'clock, around 5 o'clock, the sun glare will come to the vehicle and then you can't see anything. I drove that road and I saw this for myself. When you're driving, also sun glare comes into the vehicle. Okay, Mustafa couldn't really see the street. And the road itself is confusing because it looks like a road. Mustafa takes a lane. He thought this was a regular street. He didn't see the U-turn on the street. Okay, he takes a lane. He's driving. All of a sudden, the road ends. It turns into, like, the road is not a street. It's a U-turn lane. Mustafa takes a lane. The road ends. He finds out it's a U-turn lane. Mustafa tries to get back into traffic. A vehicle has sped up. It's on dash camera. You can see a vehicle sped up, blocks him from going back. At that point, the computer inside the vehicle shows that Mustafa hits the brake. Okay, he managed to get the vehicle from 50, which is the speed limit, to 30. But and Mustafa's foot was on the brake the whole entire time. But the caliper doesn't work. The police department inspected the vehicle and they found out that the caliper doesn't work. The vehicle doesn't have brake. So when Mustafa tells the investigator, I hit the brake, the vehicle doesn't stop. It vibrates and doesn't stop. Next thing you know, when the road ends, there is nowhere to go. A vehicle blocks you off. Okay, the road ends. So you're in oncoming traffic. There's a medium in front of you. You can't hit the medium. You're in oncoming traffic. It shows on dash camera that Mustafa avoided the first vehicle, avoided the second vehicle, and then all of a sudden, conveniently, the dash camera cuts off before impact. Investigator Robert Drum muted that dash camera and cut the dash camera. He cut that dash camera. But the accident reconstructionists, the insurance accident reconstructionists, they managed to reconstruct the accident, and they said that the third vehicle, the SUV, was not a head-on collision. Mustafa has avoided the third vehicle, the SUV, and the SUV T-boned him. It T-boned him. Okay? And I have the document that shows that. We got the document from the insurance company. Now, Casey Stevens, the $5,000 we paid him for the accident reconstructionist, the company that went in to inspect the vehicle, we called them. We have a recording of them telling us that when they reconstructed the accident, they told Casey Stevens. Casey Stevens had told them, "Don't put it in writing. Don't put it in writing. Just give me your finding verbally." Why would you want this verbally Okay, why would you not want a external reconstruction?